And yes, it's time to take you live inside the locker room for the next 30 minutes, bringing you all the big stories in the world of sports. It's a Friday.
There we go. Yes, it is a feel-good one at that. Not just because we're going to have that fantastic dinner courtesy of Ladies in Sports International, but also because, you know, the person behind LIS is here. Tega Onojaife, Tega Supreme. You may know her by one of those many names. Hey, Tega, how's it going?
Or by the laughter. Good morning, everybody.
Or by the laughter.
Morning to you too, Tega. Good to have you on the show.
Good morning, Lagos. Good morning. Well, let me not say good morning, Lagos. Good morning, the world, because people listen from everywhere.
How's they watch?
They watch from everywhere. I am so glad it's weekend. I don't even understand what's happening to me again, but I can tell you for free, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. All right, catch us up on youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. And make sure you leave your comments up on the live stream to get into the game with us. You can also send WhatsApp messages in 20809 444 981 or take it to Twitter and tag at smooth981FM. Let's give you the rundown of what's coming up for you for the next half hour here inside the locker room. And we have got historic hurdling in the making. Tobi Amusan has broken a 22-year-old record to defend the Diamond League title. She is just amazing, firing on all cylinders, left, right, and center. She must ensure every single part of that body, even her eyelashes. When they fall off, they should pay her like $1 million just for the eyelashes to fall off. All right, we've also got Swiatek and Jabeur set up for a Blockbuster US Open final. Verstappen is ready to dash Ferrari title hopes at Monza, and Chelsea, they're making moves, man. They've appointed Potter after sacking Tuchel. We've also got Arsenal off to a winning start in the Europa League, but Roma lies beaten and injured Benzema sidelined for the rest of the month. Boo-hoo. Liverpool need to reinvent themselves. That's what Klopp has to say, and Tottenham have been penalized. Conte fumes over heavy fixture schedule. And that is what we've got coming your way for the next half hour.
Now let's get the show started where Nigerian sprinter Tobi Amusan has won the women's 100-meter hurdle at the Diamond League final in Zurich, breaking a 22-year-old meeting record. The World and Commonwealth Games 100-meter hurdles champion and record holder finished 12.29 seconds. My.
She's eating air for breakfast. I don't understand. She's just amazing.
You know, this time the question is, okay, what shoes was she wearing? Was it wind assisted again?
What wings were flapping her forward, Abby?
Do you understand? So an amazing, I mean, this lady is just executing. That's all I can say, is the way her technique is improving. She's executing properly. Even the way she takes off on the hurdle, she was fast. She was miles ahead. It was not even close. It was such a beauty to watch. So now there is a real brewing rivalry between Tobi Amusan and Camacho Queen, the Olympic gold medalist. It is a rivalry of who is going to win the most Diamond Leagues at the end of the day, because the minute Tobi set the world record, it just put her a little above the Olympic champion, who was breezing and aiming for that. And so now both of them are battling it out in the Diamond League. And well, this leg, Tobi Amusan won it. The last leg, it was Camacho Queen that won it. So they're trading it. But I'm amazing for Nigeria and for Tobi Amusan, getting in the news for the right reasons, and winning medals. So congratulations to her. And again, that's why we are celebrating these women at that dinner this evening, because it's not enough to just talk about them in the news. Sometimes we just need to host them and let them know how great they are.
That's good. Thank you, Elias, and the good work that you're doing. If Ese Brume is there, I'm sure coming.
Yeah, no space for you. It's strictly by invitation. Where's your invite?
I'll use your phone number to get in.
Alrighty then. And let's talk about more amazing women, okay? So world number one, Iga Swiatek rallied from a set down to beat Aryna Sabalenka 3-6, 6-1, 6-4, and reach her first US Open final, where she will meet Ons Jabeur on Saturday for the trophy.
Yes, so now this one is a tricky one. My two favorite people, Minister of Happiness, Ons Jabeur, And now my favorite girl after Ashley Barty retired, Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek has been the girl in form on the circuit for most of the season, but towards the end of summer, something happened to her, and I know, yes, grass is not her favorite surface, and she's still getting used to it, but that she carried that grass court form onto the hard court form, and she's struggling a lot on her serves. The beautiful thing is that this girl can return anything. She's like her idol, Rafa Nadal. The more you serve, the harder you serve, the more likely she's going to return it. And she's so frustrating like that. And Ariana Sabalenka, on the other hand, she hits big. Now, a lot of people complain that she does too much power and less intellectual work, but I don't think that's what it is. I just think her virtue is her vice. You know how it is for most people. She hits big and she can hit through anybody on the court. But sometimes when you come against a wily and versatile player like Iga Swiatek, big serves and big ground strokes alone will not help you get through them. And so she was getting frustrated. First set went as it should have gone. The bigger server won it. But Swiatek started raising her serves in the second set. And that's how Swiatek took the second set and the third set. So Sabalenka may have to add something else to her game, maybe movement to her game, just to get her that Grand Slam. Because the way she plays now, she will always be the bridesmaid, but never the bride. That's the way I see it, because the other most versatile or more versatile players on the circuit will find a way around her big serves. So Swiatek did it yesterday and she made it to the finals for Ons Jabeur. She made it to Wimbledon final. She lost in that final, but she's made it again to the US Open final. First African woman, first Arab woman. Just think of all the firsts. and keep going from there. So it's set up for a blockbuster final. I can't wait to see how this is, because both players are dogged. Both players are versatile. Both players can frustrate you with a drop shot. I think Swiatek has a little more edge because of her movement on court. But because she hasn't been serving well, it leaves this a little open. So I can't wait to watch that final, man. Anybody that wins just makes me happy.
All right, now let's talk some, Mark Verstappen, who always makes it to the news. In fact, he has an opportunity this weekend to move within comfortable reach of his second driver's world title when he leads Red Bull's bid to defeat Ferrari on home soil at the Italian Grand Prix. I don't think we have any real weaknesses, but we know we're stronger at some places than others, he explained.
Yes, they are stronger at a lot of places than others. He doesn't need any weakness. We've been watching it from the start of the season. I remember last year when everybody was talking so much about Lewis Hamilton's dominance and how we need a new person. Well, Red Bull's dominance this season has been unrivaled by, other constructors are struggling, other drivers are struggling. Red Bull has been clearly dominant. They can wrap up the championship before you know it. As early as, by this week, if he wins this week again, it'd be almost impossible for somebody to catch up with him. So it's mathematically open, but very impossible for anybody to catch up with him. So that dominance that we were complaining that we didn't want to see, well, here you have it, served on the plate. Breakfast for everybody. And it's tricky because if in the first year of the engine setup change, they are already this beautiful, you can imagine that everybody's going to be playing catch up second year, third year. I don't know that the gap is ever going to close. But we'll wait to see how this pans out, because it's not just, everything works for them. The tires work for them. The strategy works for them. The calls work for them. All the things that should, throw a spanner in the works for them doesn't throw a spanner in the works for Red Bull. Red Bull is just on it. So I think this season is pretty much gone. Everybody should start planning to work next season, because this is done. So yes, Max Verstappen gets his second world championship, which should actually be his first. I just had to sneak that in there because I'm petty like that.
You should always sneak it in everywhere.
Because I'm petty
his first. No,
but
because you're a truth sayer.
It should be his first, but it's his second, and And well, this one, you can't contest it. So the other constructors just have to sit up, because this is looking like it's taking me back to the Sebastian Vettel days of before. Remember when he won 4 straight in a row with Red Bull and he was untouchable? This is giving me those vibes. This new engine setup is giving me those vibes of Red Bull 4 years in a row again.
All right. Okay, real quick before we take our next story, let me just read this message from LK Aderiba up on YouTube, who says, on Twitter, I begged, pleaded, begged again that Tekka should be easy on Chelsea for the needless sacking of Tuchel. Her response was never. And now we move on into that story. So, Graham Potter was appointed as Chelsea's new manager on a 5-year contract yesterday following the shock sacking of Thomas Tuchel. So the Englishman has left fellow Premier League club Brighton to move to Stamford Bridge, with Chelsea praising his, and I quote, progressive football and innovative coaching.
I want to say this. As much as the results made the sacking possible, the way this sacking went, and with all the stories that are coming out now, it's clear that it was always in the works to fire Thomas Tuchel or to part ways with Thomas Tuchel. So apparently, we're not hearing stories about how Graham Potter, they had been following Graham Potter or may have been speaking informally with Graham Potter long before this thing started, and how Thomas Tuchel had been unhappy during the transition because he didn't want them to fire Petr Cech, because he wanted Petr Cech to do his job, and the board wanted him to be more involved in the transfers, and he was like, look, I'm the coach and I just want to coach. I don't want to be Arsene Wenger. I don't want to be involved in all those management decision making. I just want to coach the guys on the pitch. So it's clear right now that there had been a little bit of friction between Todd Boehly, the new owner, and Thomas Tuchel in the way things should be handled at Chelsea. So from the transition all the way till now, it's clear that there had been a problem. We didn't know that. We just thought he was struggling on the pitch, but clearly he had been struggling from the boardroom, and it became evident on the pitch. So this sacking wasn't Tega's fault. It wasn't. I didn't prompt it by by hammering on the problems Chelsea had, but it just looks like, even with the way the contract came and the way the contract was signed, and they're saying, oh, Brighton has given Chelsea the clear, or there wasn't too much talk before the hiring, is my point. And the way even people like John Terry were talking about, already hyping up how Graham Potter is such a fantastic coach and what he's done. He's done a fantastic job at Brighton. You knew they were already talking. So this sounds like an overlap of toasting. It didn't just happen when Thomas Tuchel was fired on Monday. Yeah. So at the end of the day, they've gotten the guy they want. I hope he's able to come into that locker room, galvanize it, and start getting the results, because now he's under pressure more than ever. And Todd Boehly is under pressure more than ever too, because the fans are not really used to him. As much as they're used to the hire and fire nature of Chelsea, they are not sure about Todd Boehly himself. Like, who are you really? What kind of guy are you? So wait to see how this works out. First job up though, doesn't have any time to settle in. He launches in with if the Premier League still goes on this weekend, because the Queen passed and they said they're stopping all sporting activities. I think cricket was already cancelled yesterday. So if the Premier League weekend is called off for certain, then he has a break to recover. But if it's not, his first job is Fulham by 12:30 on Saturday. No time.
Let's take our first break on the show. Where we do come back, more stories for you, including Arsenal, my darling Arsenal.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, y'all. You are listening to the voice of the one and only.
But why are you not the one taking that story?
No,
it has to be me now. It's my club. On the back adverts, put to take her.
On YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
You should just always remember yourself.
Oh my God.
Oh. No, I sat up because of people. You know how it is now. I have to sit up when I'm talking sports. But my eyes are so sleepy, man. I need help.
YouTube.com/Smooth981 FM Lagos.
Business loan.
When people spills his secrets, always forgetting himself.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
It comes on camera.
Like that.
I love it. I'm the only one who remembers, guys. I'm the only one who remembers.
You're doing well.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
she says, but you know, pride goes before a fall, right?
Exactly.
But I'll be filled with pride and no fall shall happen. Thank you very much.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Oh, man.
I swear, but this sets it up again. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do in this my old age.
You're not old. You're a spring chicken.
It's not for me.
You're a fall chicken.
I'm no chicken whatsoever.
You're not even a chicken.
Spring, fall,
This will be
summertime.
fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it.
When I get there, they were doing the lights. So when I get there, when the tables are set up, I'll do a short video and send.
Tell
But
everybody,
boy,
are you going to do a live stream?
I don't want to. I want it to be like, if you missed, you see the highlights and stuff.
Wow. I was asking for our YouTube viewers, all the loyal viewers.
And we'll do highlight video for them now.
Ibrahim said, go and sleep.
He's watching on YouTube. Okay.
All right.
And yes, we're back inside the locker room for the next 15 minutes, bringing you some real big stories.
I'll just go ahead and read it. Look at this smile.
Let's tell you how you can send those messages across to us. I would like to read from you. WhatsApp is one of them, 0809-444-0981. Twitter, Smooth981FM. And on YouTube, we're Smooth981FM Lagos.
I'm sorry, before we get into this, story
let's read
for
some
Peppo,
messages.
We'll read some of the messages because I love this one from Tyre, who says, Chelsea's like Game of Thrones. They make you like a character only to be killed off. And
I'm telling you.
yeah, and Mecca from Amu says, so we're not talking about United. They chewed the dust last night. They gave the Queen a 90-minute silence with their performance. Seeing Ronaldo in the Europa League is like seeing an adult attending kindergarten class. As for Chelsea, Graham Potter will be sacked in 1 year. Any bets?
I can't say that, but I want Tega to
loses. Tell them, don't become the reverse predictor like Faraday.
I'm sure Tega will talk about mine. She just has to. Well, so we're not talking about. Please let me read that message.
I finished reading it already.
No. This one says, so the Queen dies and the UK's national anthem suddenly changes to Long Live the King. I'm not so sure about what another fellow Queen LIS will have to say about that. I believe, long may you live. Judging by Liverpool's perceived lackluster inactivity during the transfers, I knew this would come. I only fear for our season. Jurgen Klopp is really under the heat right now.
All right. And Ibukun says, it's funny, though, to sack Tuchel and hire Potter, who hasn't won anything. And his team was just 3 points ahead of Chelsea. That's Ibukun from K2.
No, but his team has played well this season. If Tega were to be
I've told you, play well is winning matches. It's not.
Tega, let me read this match. Tega, wait now. Let me read this one for you. If Tega were to be my wife, okay, I would have been the richest man from sports betting companies because I will never miss out on any football match predictions from her. Cisco Delgado is proposing with style.
Wow, a new form of bright price. And Cruz says, Tega, please allow Victor come serve small chops.
Victor have suffered in your hand, all these people.
So,
go ahead.
No, you go.
You go ahead. Okay, we'll take story now.
Okay.
Will not read that story.
Read that message.
I will not read
it. Read it.
No.
So the Queen dies on Bruno Fernandez's birthday. We don't talk about Bruno. Ooh. Meanwhile, Arsenal couldn't even mourn respectfully. They went on to win.
We must win. We are winners.
And now I'm going to take the story because I took the message. So Manchester United led English football's tributes to Queen Elizabeth II before their 1-0 defeat against Real Sociedad in the Europa League, while Roma boss Jose Mourinho was in mourning after the Monarchs' death on Thursday. So United, West Ham, and Arsenal players, the Premier League teams in action in Europe's second and third tier tournaments, all wore black armbands before the Queen died after the Queen died, age 96 earlier in the day. And I side with Ibuko on this, with that message.
Can we get to Pepper's story now so that he'll be excited?
It's what we have taken down. Arsenal that we won match yesterday, Tega.
Get out. That's what I want to talk about. So it was a good bounce back. I would say this. It was a good bounce back, even though in the last few minutes, Arsenal did what Arsenal does. Put people on the edge again. Get people biting their nails. Because Zurich, I think last minute, they're just like, these people should not go home with all 3 points. Let's find a way to take one. And they put Arsenal under pressure. After Arsenal had dominated most of the game, from the start to almost the end of the game. But it was a good bounce back. It was a brilliant win. However, it was Europa. A completely different tournament from Premier League. Arsenal still has to find a way this weekend. Again, should the Premier League go ahead. They play against an Everton side that, yes, Everton can struggle, but Everton is a team you don't want to play. You know that even if you beat Everton, they will injure you small. It's just the kind of team that they will stress you. They don't give you any wins for free. As questionable as their form may be sometimes, they will put you under pressure. They'll make you work for that win. So Arsenal has to find a way to bounce back on that note. For Manchester United, though, they beat the dust yesterday. And I must say, it was a hard one. I know they won't have won the game, but I don't think that should have been a penalty. Thinking about the trajectory of that ball, it came off Martinez's leg to hit his hand. I don't know how unnatural that position is. I know the hand was away from the body, but I don't know that it was in an unnatural position, especially as the ball bounced off his knee to hit his hand. I thought with the review, with the VAR looking at that the penalty will be overturned. Alas, they gave it. So again, I'm going to say that I take out no Jaife. I don't know the handball rule. Because just when I think I understand it, another call comes in and changes my mind. So I don't think that penalty should have been given, but it was given. Sociedad scored the goal. They looked like they were going to grab another one a few minutes later. Manchester United also had opportunities to score, and they didn't take advantage of those opportunities. So at the end of the day, they went home with a loss. Sorry, they were at home. So they stayed home with a loss where I think they could have gotten away with a draw. So not a really, I won't, as much as Arsenal fans want to gloat, it's not the kind of performance you can gloat about. You have to wait for them to be really beaten for you to gloat about that one. For Roma, though, it was shocking. Roma just gets back into the game. 2 minutes later, they concede again against Ludogorets. So Jose Mourinho would really be cracking his brain how to deal with that defense, because that was the first thing he thought he was going to sort out this season, Roma's defensive problems. Unfortunately, they shipped 4 at the weekend and they shipped 2 midweek. So 6 goals in 2 games, not a good return.
VAR was working overtime against Man United. Welcome to Europa, Thursday Live Football. Nobody said this when we played over the weekend last week. Oh.
No, over the weekend, that one was a foul. Your own is that they caught them doing the foul. This
VAR,
one was not.
VAR is what I'm talking about, Tega. This
That's what
VAR
I'm saying.
matter all the time.
Yes, but it was a foul. And so VAR just caught the foul that happened. This one, I don't think it was a penalty according to the rules. But hey, I don't know.
Anyways, Real Madrid striker Karim Benzema is set to miss the rest of the month's action after being diagnosed with 2 thigh injuries sustained during his side's Champions League match at Celtic on Tuesday. Real did not say how long the 34-year-old would be out for.
And yes, and that's another thing that adds to it. Muscle injury and he's 34. You know, where you start getting...
Wow.
When you start getting to a particular age, recovery is not as quick as it used to be. So we wait to see how that pans out. But the good news is they were able to get the result after he limped up, and it was a beautiful result for them. And this weekend, it seems, on paper at least, it seems an easy match because Real Madrid plays against Mallorca this weekend. So on paper, that should be 3 points. That's one of those matches that at the start of the season, when you see that draw, you'll be like, okay, this is a definite 3 points. On the day, football can change, but it gives them an easier match to slide into. Also over the weekend, Barcelona. I'm loving Barcelona again. Yeah, I'm loving them because of the way Lewandowski is just scoring goals for fun. A hat-trick midweek. I can't wait to know how many goals he'll score this weekend. But he's just coming to Barcelona and he's enjoying life. Just enjoying himself. And Barcelona playing freely. Xavi's having a great time. What a wonderful time to be a Barcelona fan if you are. But I'm a Lewandowski fan, so I'm enjoying it. Great news to see that he's doing well. The only people that have problems are Atletico Madrid. Now, Diego Simeone's son came on for Napoli and scored 2 goals against Liverpool. Oh, how Diego Simeone wishes his son were playing for him. Because on the other hand, Atletico Madrid were looking for goals. And this weekend, they face another tricky side in Celta Vigo. So La Liga hasn't really started brightly for them, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any easier. But wait to see how they use their midweek struggles to get some kind of confidence and play against Celta Vigo, because Celta Vigo is going to be a tough ask for them.
Okay, let's talk Liverpool now. And Jurgen Klopp says he needs to reinvent his Liverpool team after they suffered a 4-1 hammering at the hands of Napoli in their Champions League Group A opener on Wednesday. They were outplayed, Tega, in the first half. Unfortunate to only
yes, they were outplayed, outfought.
Go ahead.
Look, it could,
oh my God,
could
this
have
reminds
been,
me of Hamilton.
It could have been more if it could have been more if Osimhen had scored his chances. But Osimhen didn't score his penalty. So, and all the chances that he created, it really could have been worse. But, people are talking about this 7-year course that Jurgen Klopp has, that in his 7th year, he always struggles in a team and all of that. And I mean, this is his 7th year in Liverpool. There's all that drama and all the statistics. But I think Liverpool's bigger problem was what they didn't do in the transfer market. They needed to buy for their midfield. They needed also defensively, even when they had Sadio Mane on the pitch. And with the loss of Sadio Mane, it was more imperative, but they didn't do a lot of business in the market, and now they are paying for that. I don't know that they need to reinvent themselves as much as they need everybody to be healthy. And maybe when everybody is healthy, then we'll know what their real true form is.
All right, let's look through some of the messages that have come in to wrap up the conversation today. We have this one from Sheyi saying, Shokwe Bawoni, Tega, Wekobiro, Tega Manchester United is the first English club to lose a football game in the reign of King Charles III, while Gunners, the one and only Arsenal, are the first English club to win in the reign of King Charles III. Tega, me, I want to attend the dinner. That's what Shei is saying before you attack me. And then this one continues. Says Martinez was blocking the ball and turning away when the ball hit his leg and hit his arm.
Then Adenike says, good for Benzema for all his crimes against EPL teams last season. I'm very mean this morning, I know.
Adenike.
And Olufemi says, Liverpool are going through a phase that all teams go through. And Taya says, some of these English clubs are overrated in continental engagements. EPL spent the highest, and La Liga will come and win UEFA. Boy.
And we wrap up with Fred, who is saying, Abegi Tega, Yan Straight Jaw, what do you expect from the team that is losing? Arsenal won. That's all that matters. Zurich are Swiss champions. For the penalty against Man United, it was a penalty despite the trajectory of the ball because Martinez still moved his hand and blocked a goal-bound ball.
That's what people say now till it's your team. Then you remember that the ball bounced off his leg and came. I'm waiting for this thing to happen in the Premier League. Let me hear any VAR did us bad.
All right, so we're going to end this.
Congratulations to my darling Arsenal for getting the maximum points away from home.
what you did. We're gonna end this conversation with this message from Oluwatosin up on YouTube, who says Tega is not nice at all. Yeah, I think you got it.
Can we read the Arsenal one?
No,
before
bye
we
bye.
go?
I will hang up
Okay,
on you.
Chima, be Victor,
Thank
we
you.
see
Okay,
you.
we're
Thank
done.
you.
We're
Thank
done.
you. My
Locker
dear
room is
Arsenal
over.
brother.
Tega, find her at Tega Supreme. She's on Twitter, and you'll find her by the blue tick. You can also find at LIS International, and you can see as they post all about the dinner that you were not invited to, Pepple. Thank you and good.